I've had conversations with general foremans that tell me, Roby, look, I could get literally 5 to 9 jobs done in the matter of 1 or 2 jobs, but my company will not pay me for jobs completed in the amount of money I would save them. They want to keep paying me per hour. So guess what? I don't push for those 9 jobs or those 5 jobs in that same time frame because it benefits me none, because I'll be out of a job. All right, it is still hot outside, just so you guys know, in case you're curious. Just got done working for the day. Wanted to throw up a little bit of a conversation, kind of spit it out there for you. Was asked this, and I'm going to kind of give you my 2 cents on coming at it from an employee side. All right, I do not have any employees of my own, so I can't tell you how to do it. I just can tell you how I would do it. I've been asked quite a few times, how do you make your employees work as hard as you do? How do you make your employees, really get after it? And I'm going to lay it out, quite frankly, you can't. I don't think you could ever make an employee work as hard as you, the business owner, can, because it's not their baby. And literally, that's what business is. You put a lot of love, sweat, blood, tears into this little baby here. It's your baby. No one else cares. Nobody thinks your baby's just as cute as you think it is. Nobody thinks your baby's as smart as just like you think it is. So no one's going to have the same passion or same drive unless they have an vested interest in your company. They'll never work as hard as you do. Now, there are ways that you can take steps towards making them work harder. One, fire them. Find someone else that is willing to work and actually has a work ethic, because I do believe there is a point that if a person's not going to produce now, they're not going to produce later just because you start incentivizing them. Work ethic, I think, is buried deep down inside. Either you have it or you don't. If a person is perfectly fine with just kind of floating along, with just taking your money, punching the clock, whatever it is, if they're morally fine with that, that's something on the inside you're not going to change, and that's a person you need to get off your team. In my opinion, I've run crews before, I've been the foreman, I've been general foreman. I've seen it, and I know what it'll do. Just because you have a whole crew of ace hands, you think you can throw one bad one in and bring him up, and because all ace hands are going to, raise him up. It doesn't work that way. Humanity doesn't work that way. What ends up actually happening is that one bad egg brings the whole morale down. And this is why, because if that one person can just goof off or slough off or play on their phone, not really put in the work, and they're making the same as the rest of your team, and all your team's busting it, there's going to start becoming some resentment, some anger, some issues on why does he not have to work as hard as I do, but we're making the same kind of money. So what that one bad egg actually does is bring the whole crew down. So you got to know that first step is knowing when to let that person go. Find someone that is right. I don't believe every person is made equally. That's my personal stance on the whole thing. I mean, we were all born as equals. We're humans, and we all have the same opportunities. But how each individual person takes those opportunities and creates something for themselves, no one is equal to another. We're all different. I've seen people that do nothing and they're just fine with it, and I've seen people that have all the ambition in the world and push companies to greater heights. So find the right employee. Don't be afraid to hire on first. Hire. Just don't be afraid to fire. That's the trick. It's not about finding the perfect person in an interview. You'll never find, when someone's interviewing, they're literally giving you the best PR they have. Personal relations, they're acting the best human being they can. They might not even be acting like themselves. You don't even know who they are till you've worked with them. Like I said before, you guys heard me, and we all believe it because we're all blue collar, we're all the same way. You don't know a man until you're in the ditch with them. When you're working side by side, that's when you figure out what a man's really made out of. When it's hot outside, when things aren't going right, when everything's just blown apart, you're going to see true colors of a man. That's when you know, not when you're sitting in an office interviewing them, asking them what they would do in a situation, or what's their weakness. That's the stupidest question ever. Anyways, so what's going to end up happening is just hire. You think someone's a good opportunity, hire them. But if they don't work out, just as fast to fire them. Fire, fire, fire. That's my 2 cents on that. The second step then is if you do have good hands, but they're starting to feel kind of resented or whatever, let's focus on them. I wanted to focus on the fact that if you have good hands, you just need them to work more. You also need to know that every man, and you know this because you're a man or you're a woman yourself, everyone likes to feel appreciated and feel like they're well compensated for the work that they do. So you need to have individual conversations with each and every employee of yours and ask them, what is it that will make you feel you are well compensated for the work that you do? Some might be a pay raise, but others might be a little more time off. They want to spend more time with their family. Whatever it is, you need to talk with them. I can't really come up with all the, I'm sure there's 1,000 different variations. You have to have one-on-one conversation and say, hey, what can I do for you? And when they see how much you care, then they're going to start producing for you. Then they're going to care about your business. But you have to show up first. You have to show out first and show them, hey, I'm willing to put in the effort to make sure you are feeling fully satisfied at your job so that you can put into this business and we'll grow it together. You put into their lives and they'll put into your business. That's my 2 cents on how to make your employee work as hard as you do. Because ultimately, when they're not getting anything out of it, it doesn't make any difference to them whether they get the job done quicker or if they get the job done in an orderly fashion. Because you got to remember, if they're getting paid per hour, and some people are great producers at that, some others are great producers, but they got to be incentivized. I've had conversations with general foremans that tell me, Roby, look, I could get literally 5 to 9 jobs done in the matter of 1 or 2 jobs, but my company will not pay me for jobs completed in the amount of money I would save them. They want to keep paying me per hour. So guess what? I don't push for those 9 jobs or those 5 jobs in that same time frame because it benefits me none, because I'll be out of a job, right? Like, this company's leaving money on the table because they've got a guy that could literally coordinate 5 to 9 different jobs at the same time as one, but because they don't want to give him a little bonus, a little incentive to do that, and all that money they would make in 3 months' time, they'd make all that money instead of just 1 job completion, but they only pay them hourly. So they're leaving all that money on the table. We've got to start having better conversations, guys, about relationship between business owners and employees. Look, we're all in this to be well compensated. It's no skin off my back if a person can double down and get a job in half the time as it would normally take just a normal person to do. They should get a piece of the pie because I got that job done in half the time. I'm on to the next one making money again. So I made all my money off that other job, and now I got half of that time to go make money on another job. So if that person off that person's back got me that opportunity, why should they not also be compensated? That's my personal opinion, coming at it from an employee standpoint. And I do hope to keep that same incentive and the same mindset as I continue to grow. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon because that's a personal thing I've been burnt with over and over again when I was an employee. Literally, like, half the reason why I'm a business owner now was because I was never felt like I was properly compensated for the work that I did do and could do more of. So I just had to step away. Anyways, what are your guys' thoughts on it? Please let me know. Let's get some conversation going on this. I love to hear what you guys' thoughts are. Maybe my perception is naive, and most of the time it is. So please correct me and explain to me why I'm wrong. I love to be able to understand why I'm wrong also when I am told I'm wrong. So please share this if you have anyone that's got questions or also have thoughts on this same dilemma. And let's get conversation going around worldwide. I really want to open this up for a good debate. You guys have a great day. As always, I'll talk to you later.